English learners. Welcome to the Real English Podcast.
I'm Jack. It's great to have you with us today.
And I'm Emily. We have a really fun topic today.
We sure do. Have you ever felt totally stuck in a situation?
Oh, absolutely. Like you need experience to get a job, right?
Exactly. But you need a job to get that experience.
That's so frustrating. It feels like an impossible loop.
Yeah, it really is. Today we're talking about these tricky situations.
Right. We're exploring Catch-22s, deadlocks, and vicious cycles.
This is a perfect lesson for our advanced learners.
Why is this language so useful in real life, Jack?
Well, describing a complex paradox takes some very precise words,
Good point. You really need advanced cause and effect phrases.
right? And you also need some specific, nuanced idioms.
So true. Mastering this helps you sound much more professional.
Yeah, especially when you need to explain systemic flaws at work.
Or just when you're arguing with a friend about logic.
Exactly. It gives you the words to explain why you're stuck.
Let's look at the exact phrases you'll need for this.
Sounds good. Let's move right on to our vocabulary preview. Catch-22. This is such a classic phrase for a no-win situation, right?
Yeah, we hear it all the time. But what does it actually mean?
It describes a frustrating situation where you simply can't escape.
Exactly. And that's usually because of contradictory rules.
Like the job experience example we talked about earlier, right?
Have you ever been stuck in a catch-22 yourself?
Definitely, I once needed a car to get to a new job.
Oh, I see. But you needed the job to afford the car?
Exactly. It's a total catch-22, and it feels so unfair.
It really makes you feel completely trapped, doesn't it?
Deadlock. Now, this word is really useful for professional contexts.
Absolutely. It means a situation where no further progress is possible.
Right? Like when two sides can't agree on a major project.
Why does a deadlock happen so often in business?
It usually happens because both teams completely refuse to compromise.
Yeah, that's a good point. So everything just entirely stops.
Have you ever dealt with a serious deadlock at work?
Oh yes, a big software upgrade completely stalled last year.
That sounds pretty stressful. How did you finally fix it?
We actually had to bring in the director to break the deadlock.
Vicious cycle. I think this phrase is just so perfectly descriptive.
It really is. It describes a repeating chain of negative events.
And each new problem makes the next one even worse, right?
Exactly. The situation just keeps repeating and getting more difficult.
What do you think is a common example of a vicious cycle?
Well, feeling stressed about sleep is a really good one.
Oh, really? How does that specific loop actually work?
You can't sleep because you're worrying about being tired,
Right? And then the worrying keeps you awake all night.
which makes you even more exhausted and stressed the next day.
That's such a perfect example of a vicious cycle.
It's incredibly easy to get trapped in these negative loops.
It really is. Now, let's listen to today's dialogue to hear these words in action.
Have you looked at the new project timeline yet?
Yeah, I checked it out earlier this morning, and it is really not looking good.
I noticed that too. We are completely behind schedule again.
We really are. The whole team is just totally exhausted lately.
Right. And when they are tired, they tend to make more mistakes.
Exactly. Then we have to spend hours fixing those exact same mistakes.
Which just makes everyone even more overworked. So it is a terrible, vicious cycle.
It really is. We definitely need to hire some extra help right now.
Have you asked management for a bigger hiring budget?
I tried to ask them, but we hit a deadlock yesterday.
Oh, really? Why did the conversation get stuck?
They completely refused to approve any funds until we show more progress.
Wait, but we cannot possibly make progress without hiring more people.
I know, it is a complete catch-22 for our department.
That is so incredibly frustrating. What are we supposed to do?
I'm honestly not sure. Do you think we could ask for a temporary contractor?
That is a great point. A contractor might bypass the main budget rules.
Let's pitch that specific idea to them tomorrow morning.
Welcome back to the language takeaway section of the podcast.
This is where we break down today's vocabulary.
We heard some great advanced words in the dialogue.
Exactly. We talked about some really frustrating situations.
Have you ever felt totally stuck at work?
Oh, definitely. That leads us to our first phrase.
Right. Let's look at our first phrase, catch-22.
In the dialogue, they called it a complete catch-22.
What does that actually mean in simple terms, Emily?
It's a problem where you need something to fix it.
Yeah, but you can't get that thing until the problem is fixed.
Right. It's a total trap. You just can't win.
Like needing work experience to get a new job.
But you need a job to get that experience.
Exactly. That's a classic example of a catch-22.
What's our next important vocabulary word for today, Jack?
Our next important word to review is deadlock.
Oh, I really hate hitting a deadlock at work.
In the story, they hit a deadlock yesterday.
A deadlock is when no progress is possible at all.
Right, usually because two different sides can't agree on anything.
Have you ever been stuck in a deadlock yourself?
Yeah, during a big team meeting about our marketing budget.
I bet nobody wanted to compromise on their spending, right?
Exactly. We were completely stuck for over 2 hours.
We often use the verbs hit or reach with deadlock.
Good point. You hit a deadlock or break a deadlock.
Breaking it means you finally find a good solution together.
Let's move on to our last key phrase for today.
The last one we need to cover is vicious cycle.
The dialogue mentioned a terrible vicious cycle in the department.
A vicious cycle is a bad situation creating worse problems.
And those new problems make the original situation even worse.
It just keeps looping around and around without stopping.
Why does that kind of loop happen so often?
I think people just get trapped in bad daily habits.
Like drinking a lot of coffee because you're feeling tired.
Right. Then the caffeine stops you from sleeping well tonight.
So you're even more tired the very next day.
And you end up drinking even more coffee to survive.
It's a terrible vicious cycle indeed. I know that one.
These phrases are perfect for describing complex, systemic flaws clearly.
They really help you sound like an advanced English speaker.
Try using one next time you feel completely stuck somewhere.
We just looked at some great words for feeling completely stuck.
Yeah, we did. But how do we actually use them in real conversations?
Exactly. We need the right phrase patterns to sound totally natural.
Right, so let's start with that familiar catch-22 feeling.
You mean when every single choice seems like a bad one?
Yeah, a great phrase pattern is saying you're stuck in a no-win situation.
Oh, I use that phrase all the time in my daily life.
How would you usually use it at your workplace?
I might say, we're stuck in a no-win situation with this new budget.
Right? Because if you cut costs, the overall quality drops.
Exactly. And if you keep costs high, you just lose money.
It really is a classic no-win situation for everyone involved.
What about when a discussion or a negotiation just stops completely?
Like a deadlock. You can say you've hit a brick wall.
I love that phrase because it paints a really great mental picture.
It really does. You can hit a brick wall with a tough project.
Or maybe you hit a brick wall trying to find a fair compromise.
Right. You're trying to move forward, but you just can't do it.
Have you ever hit a brick wall on a creative writing project?
Oh, definitely. Writer's block feels exactly like that for me.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of hitting a solid wall.
Now, what about those tricky problems that just keep repeating themselves?
You mean when it feels like a terrible vicious cycle?
Yeah. A natural pattern is saying you're caught in a downward spiral.
That sounds like a pretty serious situation to find yourself in.
It is. You might be caught in a downward spiral of bad debt.
Or maybe a downward spiral of really negative thinking.
Exactly. One bad thing just causes another bad thing to happen.
And the whole situation just keeps getting worse and worse over time.
Right? These patterns really help you describe those tricky situations clearly.
Now that we have discussed advanced concepts like a catch-22, a deadlock, and a vicious cycle, let's listen to the dialogue one more time to hear them in action.
Have you looked at the new project timeline yet?
Yeah, I checked it out earlier this morning, and it is really not looking good.
I noticed that too. We are completely behind schedule again.
We really are. The whole team is just totally exhausted lately.
Right. And when they are tired, they tend to make more mistakes.
Exactly. Then we have to spend hours fixing those exact same mistakes.
Which just makes everyone even more overworked. So it is a terrible, vicious cycle.
It really is. We definitely need to hire some extra help right now.
Have you asked management for a bigger hiring budget?
I tried to ask them, but we hit a deadlock yesterday.
Oh, really? Why did the conversation get stuck?
They completely refused to approve any funds until we show more progress.
Wait, but we cannot possibly make progress without hiring more people.
I know, it is a complete catch-22 for our department.
That is so incredibly frustrating. What are we supposed to do?
I'm honestly not sure. Do you think we could ask for a temporary contractor?
That is a great point. A contractor might bypass the main budget rules.
Let's pitch that specific idea to them tomorrow morning.
It's always great to hear those idioms in a real conversation.
Yeah, it really makes the exact meaning so much clearer.
Definitely. I felt bad for Liam and Sarah, though.
Me too. Being stuck in a vicious cycle is exhausting.
And hitting a deadlock with management just makes it worse.
Right? But their idea for a contractor was pretty smart.
It really was. Sometimes you need a creative way out.
Now it's finally time for some actual speaking practice.
Exactly. We really want you to practice these phrases out loud.
We picked a few key sentences from the dialogue for you.
Liam is going to read them for us today.
Just listen closely to his pronunciation and rhythm.
Then, repeat the sentence out loud right after him.
Are you ready? Let's jump right into the practice.
The whole team is just totally exhausted lately. Then we have to spend hours fixing those exact same mistakes. I tried to ask them, but we hit a deadlock yesterday. They completely refused to approve any funds until we show more progress. I know it is a complete catch-22 for our department. Do you think we could ask for a temporary contractor?
You did a great job with the speaking practice, everyone.
Yeah, mastering these advanced phrases definitely takes some time.
But you are definitely on the right track with it.
We really hope you enjoyed listening to today's episode.
If you found it helpful, please like and share the video.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
It really helps us make more content for you.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today.
Have a wonderful week, and keep practicing your English.
Goodbye for now. We'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.